Hello gentlemen, today we're going to be breaking down a blitz out of dime normal. Now this setup is actually out of Cvasti's new defensive ebook, which is out of the Kansas City Chiefs playbook. So if you're a member on the site, this has been live since Saturday. And if you're not a member, you guys need to check out this defense because there's a solution for pretty much everything in the game. So I'm going to post an image of everything that is in the ebook. It goes from blitzes out of 4-3 even 6-1, dollar and dime normal, to Mabel coverages, multiple Mabel coverages that you can utilize, including the zone drops, solutions for bunch, trips, tight slots, or really any compression sets, solutions against the spread playbook, which is very annoying to defend. Double stack, speed option, motion swings. There really just is an answer for everything in this ebook. So if you guys are struggling and you guys want to start getting more stops, make sure to go check out Cvasti's Chiefs defensive ebook on acemadden.com. Become a member. You'll gain access to that ebook as well as every other scheme that we have on the site. Now let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so the play we're going to break down is going to be cover 3 buzz press. Now I do want to point out that this setup is specific to trips. You do want to use different setups against bunch and other compression sets, and he does have that in the ebook. I'm just not going to go over it in this video. But again, this is against trips. So what we're going to do is go to our coaching adjustments, and we're going to go to auto flip off and auto alignment on man. Now, here's something that's very important. You want your safety hook zone to be on the tight end side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call trips with the trips to the left, which means we have to flip our cover 3 buzz press so that the safety hook zone is on the tight end side. The reason, or the way you'll know what side it's on, is most people run their trips to the wide side. So that's kind of your tell on which side you're going to run this on. So the setup is very simple. I'm going to show you the 5-man blitz. Then I'll show you like the 4-man disengage as well as the 3-man. Let's start with the blitz. We're just going to pinch our defense with RB or R1, left stick down. That's going to pinch your defense. You're going to crash your D-line down with D-pad left and then right stick down. Sometimes you'll have to do it twice. In this case, I don't. And then we're going to blitz our inside slot cornerback, double tap Y or triangle, and then RB, right stick down. That's going to blitz him. And then the final step is this is your user. You can blitz him and then just hover him right here. You don't have to engage or really anything. It's just better against the run if you do it this way. So let's go ahead and check it out. What you're going to see is you're either going to get it off the edge or you're going to get it up the A gap. Either one. So we'll do it again. Very quick setup. We're already good to go. You can adjust your zones. I'll show you a couple zone adjustments in a second that you can do. But it's going to look something like that. Sometimes it'll be completely clean. Sometimes it'll just kind of bounce around and then come in. But it's a super easy setup. It's easier than, like right there, he actually got picked up. But it's similar to what I do out of Dime 1-4. If you guys have used that ebook. But it's actually a little bit easier to do. Do it again, right there. And the pressure, even if it doesn't come in, it's going to be very scary because guys are just going to be bouncing around. And if you don't block a running back and set protection, this blitz is definitely going to wreck people who use trips tight end. So now that you've seen how the pressure looks, let's talk about coverage adjustments that you can make. Now, this is obviously going to be tendency based. If your opponent is trying to spam verticals, then we're going to adjust accordingly. But I'd be fine starting off in this shell. You can maybe change your slot cornerback to a seam flat, and that's going to be a little bit more baity over there. I'm a big fan of seam flats this year, so I'm cool with putting them out on the field instead of curl flats. I would say start with this. If your opponent is going to start killing you with, the vertical seam route or whatever, you can man him up and just run it like this. And then you can do a couple different things. If you're worried about the flats on the right and you don't want to user it, you can do like maybe safety into a curl flat or something. Just keep in mind, if you do that, there is going to be a seam for the tight end streak if they do run tight end streaks. But you can definitely just run, like, let's say they run verticals here. And we'll do like just something like this if we don't have an angle route. Just do this, user this, boom, there's the pressure. Like, there really isn't much time for them to do anything if they send 5 out. Let's have a look. As you can see, pressure is very good. The only thing they had was like the running back check down immediately. But honestly, they're not going to throw that because your user is kind of close. Some people will throw it if they're kind of bad and they like throwing at users, but just make those kind of adjustments. I would say you want to keep this outside third on the tight end side most of the time, but in very rare cases, you know, you can maybe do something like this and maybe man up the tight end, do something like that. And what that's going to do is if the running back leaks out to the flats, you don't have to worry about him. And now really all you have to worry about is like the crosser. Oops, didn't mean to do that. The crosser from the inside slot receiver, just like that. So those are just a few ideas for you to make some coverage adjustments behind the blitz. Okay, now let's talk about sending the 4-man and the 3-man. So the idea behind it is if you establish the 5-man, you can really start getting them to block the running back. And then after you force a running back to be blocked, you can start dropping some guys into coverage. So let's set up the blitz, or not the full blitz, but, you know, pinch your defense, crash your D-line down, and then we can just put our slot cornerback into coverage. I recommend, you know, just manning him up to that inside slot receiver, because what that's going to do is help against like the RPO bubble. He's also a very popular receiver to throw to. He's on some really good routes typically. So having a man there to kind of contest him is always going to be a good thing. And then with your outside slot cornerback, you know, you could put him in a vert hook. You could put him in, you know, a seam flat. You can man him up and have both slot receivers manned up. Just keep in mind, if you do something like this, tight end can go from right to left, like on a drag or something, and he's going to be open for a big gain if you don't cover him. So, you know, what I would recommend is if you run this double man up, you know, watch the tight end. If he goes out, you can kind of stay shallow, be ready for like an in-breaking route from the trip side, or you can shoot out here to the flats and defend the running back. It's kind of up to you. But what's going to happen with this 4-man is sometimes guys are just going to come in free. I'll just run it a few times just to show you how the D end will just come in sometimes. Didn't happen there. But the 4-man is good on its own. You don't have to spam the 5-man. Definitely use the 5-man to start forcing them to block the running back. But you do not need to spam it. So like right there, there's a D end. He comes in clean. That is going to happen in game. So, you know, you do want to have fast players on the D-line. Obviously, they're the ones coming in clean. So that's pretty much the 4-man. And then for the 3-man, the way you do this is you'd want to drop your D end that's on the running back side against trips. So what you could do is maybe put like 5-yard flats on the field or 0-yard flats, either one, and just get him out in the coverage on that trip side. Maybe do this. Now you don't have to run out to the flats on the running back side. You can literally just stay in this part of the field, lurk a tight end drag, a tight end post, in route from the outside trips receiver. And as you can see, sometimes the 3-man will just come in clean, and you're just going to have really good coverage on the field, and there's really nothing going to be open. Anyways, that's going to be it for the breakdown today. I know it was kind of short and niche, like it's only covering how to defend trips tight end. But if you guys are interested in how to defend pretty much all of the meta formations, as well as just all of like the gimmicky stuff, please check out the Cvasti Chiefs defense on acemadden.com. I promise you guys will start getting more stops. You guys will feel so much more comfortable on defense when you realize that there are actually solutions to pretty much everything you're going to see online. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like. And then if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for more Madden 24 content just like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one.